As part of the Pussycat Dolls, Melody Thornton performed in eye-popping outfits in front of stadium audiences screaming over her sexy dance moves. But the Dancing on Ice favorite has revealed she was secretly in therapy for low self-esteem during her time with the Naughty's girl band. She says, "I lost so much confidence and felt really worthless. Because it was pointed out, over and over again, that I was the weakest link in the group. And when you're told, over and over again, you're worthless in this group, it's amazing how it affects you mentally. I had never felt insecure until I joined the Pussycat Dolls." Melody was only 19 and fresh from high school when she joined the group with Nicole Scherzinger, Ashley Roberts, Kimberly Wyatt, and Jessica Sutta. Endless criticism from record label executives and frustration at Nicole constantly being given lead vocals left Melody, now 34, crushed. She says, "It felt awful, uncomfortable. I was a singer, not a trained dancer, but wasn't allowed to sing and was told I couldn't dance. Imagine being on the tube next to somebody that you don't trust. If you took that feeling, bottled it up and felt it every night for 90 minutes, that's how it felt for 6 or 7 years. So it was overwhelming." As we talk, the American is in tears as she remembers how she tried to hide the emotional strain behind the pouts and posturing of a pussycat doll. "Once, Whitney Houston was in the audience and I sang like I never sang before. So every night I told myself she was in the crowd to give me the strength to pretend to be another person. I had to do something to keep going. So after each concert, I went back to my room and in the shower always sang a song by Donny Hathaway called A Song for You. It's a pretty depressing song, but I was trying to find a place for my pain. I always asked for a room on a separate place from my bandmates because they would know it was me singing." Life in a demanding and harshly unforgiving working environment soon took such a toll that Melody showed physical symptoms. "I started having panic attacks when I was in the group, on planes, and random places. It was obvious my body was saying, let's stop doing this. So I was in therapy when I was in the Dolls and maybe 2 years after that. My last panic attack was 2014. I've never taken any medication. It was definitely suggested, but I didn't take anything. I just kept thinking to myself, this is real life and it's an unusual situation not a lot of people understand. It took me years to get over it, it really did." Melody is keen to point out that she has no bad feelings towards Scherzinger or group founder Robin Anton. "People would assume that I was so mad at Nicole because she sang and I didn't. Well, no. That was her dream and it was coming true for her. I just wanted it for myself too. I wanted the best for everyone. I'm a phenomenal vocalist, you just never heard it? But it wasn't Nicole's fault. There was an opportunity there for her there and she needed to capitalize on it. She'd been in groups prior to Pussycat Dolls, so the label wanted her to sing leads. Every time I'd say, if I could sing more then I wouldn't be the weakest link. But that didn't fit their agenda. Robin was in a really tough position because she owned the name and had been trying to get this act up and running for 15 years. So she's not going to jeopardize her opportunities for some little girl. Now all the dolls are doing their own things and doing really well, and that's great, but it took me a long time to pick myself up. It's been really hard to get back on my feet and have the confidence to move forwards in my career." Taking part in Dancing on Ice is one of Melody's steps to rebuild her self-worth and carve out a new career on her terms. She has been getting high scores from the judging panel on the ITV show, even impressing notoriously scathing Jason Gardner. No one can fault her hard work ethic. This week Melody has had the flu bug on top of horrendous injuries from a bad fall last week. But she has resisted the comfort of bed for the ice rink, where her feet feel frozen and she's spun by partner Alexander Demetrio at speed. She says, "My arms are so weak I can hardly lift them, my shoulders are killing me, my elbows ache, and after my head bounced off the ice my face is still really painful to the touch. And I have flu. But at least I didn't break my jaw. And I have to just keep going." Working so hard leaves Melody, who has temporarily relocated from Los Angeles, little time for socializing or to find a British man to date. I'm single and hoping to mingle, she says. But I'm so knackered when I get home after training I have no idea where I'm going to meet anybody. But I hope I will. Maybe he'll read this interview. I feel like British men are very chivalrous. The door's always being held for me, which is lovely. I don't know what else to say about British men, but hopefully I can find out. I have to know a person and really fall for the way he treats people and respects himself. There's a model who has really nice style, I think he's called David Gandy. No disrespect if he's off the market, but he's beautiful. But David's partner has nothing to fear, as Melody says, I'd never fight a woman for a man. That's exactly why she is annoyed by rumors she is secretly feuding with Kim Kardashian over her past relationship with Kanye West. Melody says, I definitely knew Kanye before I even met Kim. But they're happy and together and I'm very happy for them. Kim and I just stopped speaking. Honestly, that's all. Our lives just went in different directions. She's a mother and she's married, and I started spending a lot of time in Europe and we just kinda lost touch. It is what it is. It's like friends you had in high school that you would never have thought you could spend a day without them, but it happens. But I love her and wish her the best. Why don't I text her? She probably doesn't have the same number. And I just believe in letting life roll. Life brings people back together if they're meant to be together. I'm sure she's fine without me and I'm okay without her.